Welcome to The Explainer. So, look, a staggering number of guys over 50 are just completely dropping out of the dating pool. And here's the thing, they aren't doing it because they're defeated, and they definitely aren't treating it as some kind of last resort. They're actually doing it by design. Today we're unpacking this really fascinating shift in how we view aging and relationships, diving deep into why so many men are actively choosing solitude over dating. The source material we're looking at today shows us this isn't just a fleeting trend. No, it's a deliberate, highly powerful lifestyle upgrade. We're going to explore exactly what the data and the insights reveal about the profound power of intentional solitude.
So over 50. Is dating really worth it? I mean, that's the massive question, right? Society pushes this persistent, almost inescapable narrative that being in a romantic couple is the ultimate finish line. Like, if you're alone, you must be actively searching for someone to fix that. But why? We've basically been conditioned to view being single later in life as a problem that desperately needs solving. But the material we're digging into today, it flips that entire script. It asks why stepping off that treadmill and just being alone at this stage might actually be significantly more powerful and honestly much more fulfilling than constantly chasing romance. It's all about questioning that default script and looking at the tangible lived benefits of just focusing your energy entirely on yourself.
All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll hit the case for solitude. Second, freedom and avoiding drama. Then, prioritizing your true purpose, followed up by redefining meaningful companionship. And finally, living fully and intentionally. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The case for solitude, a shift in perspective. Let's go ahead and challenge that ingrained expectation that seeking romance is some absolute requirement for happiness in your later years. Our source material actually identifies 6 core reasons why men often find themselves way better off alone after crossing that 50-year mark. And this isn't just a vague, warm and fuzzy feeling, it's a concrete list of real benefits. First off, you immediately eliminate emotional turbulence. You get to say a permanent goodbye to the exhausting roller coaster of modern dating. Second, absolute financial autonomy. Your money is yours to manage, save, or spend with zero consultation or compromise. Third, the uncompromising protection of your physical space and your daily routines. Fourth, you get complete freedom to pursue those long-dormant hobbies without an ounce of guilt for taking time away from a partner. Fifth, a massive reduction in general stress levels, which, by the way, translates directly to better physical health over the long haul. And finally, number 6, cultivating profound self-reliance, that realization that you are entirely capable of generating your own happiness. Stepping away from the dating pool literally yields highly measurable positive outcomes across all these areas of your everyday life.
Moving on to Section 2, freedom and avoiding drama, reclaiming your peace. This is exactly where these theoretical ideas become highly practical, everyday choices.
Just think about the stark contrast here. On one side, you've got the weight of drama. I mean, think about the sheer amount of energy it takes to manage expectations in a new romance at this stage in life. We're talking about navigating different lifestyle habits, compromising on how your weekends are spent, or dealing with the inevitable heavy friction of trying to smash 2 completely separate, fully established lives together. The text highlights so many stories of men who just found themselves totally exhausted by the unnecessary drama of dating apps, modern dating culture, and mismatched communication styles. But on the flip side, you have the power of solitude, absolute emotional independence, beautifully protected routines. You know, when you hit your 50s, your tolerance for unnecessary drama essentially plummets to absolute zero, while your appreciation for a quiet, predictable Sunday morning absolutely skyrockets. You're basically trading the heavy burden of relationship obligations for the immense, liberating lightness of being truly emotionally independent.
Section 3, prioritizing your true purpose, focusing on what matters. Because when you completely cut out that massive energy expenditure of modern dating, where exactly does all that reclaimed time go?
By embracing solitude, guys over 50 are able to sharply redirect their focus straight into these crucial life-building pillars. Think about prioritizing purpose and pursuing passion. Imagine waking up and your entire day is yours to script, period. Without the distraction of dating, men are finally leaning into what they actually love doing. Maybe that's meticulously restoring a classic car, writing a book, volunteering, or just crushing a demanding new fitness routine. Then there's achieving financial clarity. Let's face it, relationships, dating, and potential cohabitation, they can be incredibly expensive and financially convoluted. Solitude brings immense, straightforward control right back to your retirement planning and daily spending. And lastly, cultivating discipline. When your time is entirely your own, you build the exact habits you want without negotiating with anyone. Eat when you want, sleep when you want, work out when you want. It's just a total, unapologetic reinvestment of energy back into yourself.
All right, Section 4, redefining meaningful companionship.
connection without compromise. Now, we need to be clear. Choosing solitude absolutely does not mean you're choosing isolation. Being alone and being lonely are two totally, completely different things. Let's redefine companionship for a second. It's about meaningful connections, friendships, and community that bring you joy without compromising your independence or your inner peace. Looking at it this way is an absolute game changer. It proves you can have a ridiculously rich, engaging social life. You can have fantastic, deep friendships and a seriously fulfilling sense of community. But, and this is the massive takeaway here, you can do all of that while 100% protecting your hard-earned independence. You can go out to a game with friends, host a dinner party, or join a local club, and then return to a home that is exactly the way you left it. You don't have to sacrifice your inner peace, your living space, or your routines just to feel connected to people. You get to curate your circle completely on your own terms. And that brings us to Section 5, living fully and intentionally, embracing your own life. So what's the ultimate philosophical takeaway of making this deliberate choice for your day-to-day life?
It is absolutely crucial to understand this. This path is not about fear or cynicism. It's about living intentionally and embracing a life that is truly yours. Critics, or maybe even concerned family members, might look at a guy who gives up dating after 50 and automatically assume, oh, he's just bitter, or he's afraid of getting hurt again after a divorce. But the source text firmly rejects that. This is not a retreat. It's an advancement. It is born from a deeply intentional desire to reclaim your freedom. It's a highly positive, proactive step toward a life tailored exactly to your preferences. It proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you don't need a romantic partner to have a complete, vibrant, and incredibly meaningful existence.
At 50 and beyond, your peace is priceless. Wow, that pretty much anchors everything we've explored in this explainer today. It's the ultimate distillation of this entire mindset. When you hit this stage of life, you recognize the sheer, irreplaceable value of your own time and your own mental well-being. Your peace of mind is simply too valuable, and frankly, too hard-won over the previous decades to ever compromise for unnecessary drama or mismatched obligations. You've earned this peace, and protecting it, well, that becomes your highest and most rewarding priority. So, I want to leave you with this. How will you choose to protect your peace and live intentionally today? Whether you're over 50, approaching 50, or honestly just deeply reevaluating what truly matters to you at this stage in life, what could you possibly gain by letting go of everyone else's expectations and intentionally choosing yourself? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning the defaults, protect your peace out there, and I'll catch you next time.